Yo guys, what's up? It's SoulinFortnite and welcome back to the newest video. It's actually, again, not Call of Duty today. It's gonna be something different. I'm gonna try to mix it up, maybe do a Call of Duty video every other day, depends on what you guys like to see. But anyways, we're gonna get straight into the story today. Something I want to talk about is something that happened to me quite a while ago. I think I was about 8 years old, and I'll kind of tell you a little bit of backstory before I get into it. I had a friend named JD, I think it was his name. I mean, it's been forever since we've talked, but he used to live down the road from my grandma. Back in the days whenever I would go outside and play with friends, you know, that kind of stuff, I would go out and just play catch with a baseball, hit a tennis ball back and forth on rackets, because we used to do that down the street. Just stuff to pass the time. There was one day we were scootering around. We got done using scooters, and we hopped off in front of my grandma's house. I went to go get a frisbee. If you guys have ever played with a Nerf frisbee, just made out of foam, and it has like 3 whistles in it, so whenever you throw it, it whistles. We had one of those. We were playing for a while back and forth, and the frisbee went on top of my mom's car, and it was like an old car. It was nothing, you know, high-tech at the time. I ended up getting the bright idea, since it was on the top of the car, and I was really tiny, to open her door, step on the handle, and then bump myself up on top of the car. I didn't think this was going to be bad at first, but here's what ended up happening. I was kind of stuck on top. I was, you know, being a little fearful of what would happen if I fell. So I asked my friend JD to come and hold the door open, and he was like, "Nah, man, you're good. You got this." I took a step down and missed it. Like, it slipped. My foot slipped off the handle, and I went about 5 or 6 foot down and smacked my chin, the bottom of my chin, straight onto a concrete curb. Dead smacked right onto the concrete curb. The bottom of your jaw, like the front of where your teeth is, that part hit the concrete and busted the bottom of my chin open. Like, there was blood all over the place. It was absolutely crazy. I'm really lucky to have not lost any teeth or shattered anything, because the way that I fell, it could have happened very easily. I ended up, you know, screaming and running. You know, I was just bleeding and bleeding and bleeding all over the place. There's drops of blood all the way into the house, and then there was like a pool of blood at the front door. All I can remember is getting a lot of paper towels and just holding them there, waiting for my mom to get off work to come take me to the hospital. I actually passed out while we were on the car ride and had my chin down. I guess I wasn't supposed to pass out, because, you know, it's a lot of head damage, could, you know, do something to my brain, and passing out would not be the best idea for that. So I woke up and we had to walk into the hospital. Luckily, I didn't slip into a coma or anything. I don't even know if that would have been possible with that kind of injury, but, you know, it's better to be safe than sorry. Whenever I got into the hospital, they immediately rushed me into a room, laid me down, put some, like, stuff in me, and started stitching the bottom of my chin. I was so, like, the adrenaline was pumping through me so much that it didn't work, and I could feel the stitching. It was not the best feeling at all. So I ended up getting all the stitches and stuff done, walked out of the hospital, you know, ooh, I got stitches and stuff. A lot of friends back at school were like, "Oh, what happened?" and everything. So I was a bit of a cool kid for a while. Nobody really remembers me having stitches nowadays, so I mean, didn't really hold over. I also had a friend named Caleb that lived down the street. We were playing hide and seek, and he had a boat. Like, his family had a boat, and they parked it outside the front of his house. We were playing hide and seek, and whenever the seeker found you, you had to run until they tagged you, and then you'd be out. Well, I was a stupid little kid, and ended up running smack dab into the boat. My chin up, smacked it straight into the boat, and automatically turned around, ran all the way down the street, crying and, like, screaming like a little baby, and went directly to my grandparents and told them, because this was after I had stitches, and I was afraid it was gonna bust. Luckily, nothing happened, and everyone thought that I was a small crybaby. The only stories I really have are whenever I was tiny, and I might as well tell another one to give you guys a little bit longer of a video. Whenever I was smaller, I never brushed my teeth. I'm better about it nowadays, but back then I never did. What I would do was act like I was brushing my teeth, and then around Halloween and stuff, I would always get cavities. What made it worse was whenever I got to a point I couldn't brush my teeth, and it was a constant pain every single night, I went to the dentist and got these cavities filled, like got the little caps and everything. That was the scariest moment in my entire life, because all I remember was a bunch of tools, a dentist looking down at me with the drill and everything, hearing that, and then screaming for my mom. That, and the fact that after they thought, and this was the most absurd thing, because to me as a small child, I was like, "You just tortured me," and they gave me a plastic dinosaur to say sorry. Like, you just put me through a bunch of mental strain and probably an emotional scar for the rest of my life, and you're giving me a small plastic dinosaur to make up for that. For me, the dentist was like the devil for the longest time. I still don't like to go back today, but I'm better about it. You know, it's like I'm a big kid now, and having my teeth managed is one of those things. I have gone through braces, getting my teeth cleaned and everything, and I'm perfectly fine. So I hope you guys enjoyed those 2 little stories for today. I thought I'd do that to make the video a little bit longer. If you guys want to check out the game that's in the background, it's called Sniper Elite. There's a lot of games of these in the series, so I'm sure you guys could find that. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like, favorite, comment, subscribe. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.